As the commotion settled and the crowd of residents dispersed, the white monsters retreated behind the true target. After a short silence, Michelle took a step forward, breaking the stalemate. By the look of it, you're the one that the residents had talked about, the sage who traverses life and death. Your appearance alone can calm everyone's unease. The influence you hold over this world reminds me of a certain friend. I do not know you. Sorry, I was talking to myself. Regardless, I apologize for abruptly starting a fight. As compensation, I've already sent the drifter back to the Sea of Quanta. Choosing to stay silent, but at least you don't see us as enemies, do you? I'm guessing those white life forms behind you act on your commands. They've gotten rather quiet since just now. Can I take this as a form of acknowledgement? You acknowledge us outsiders on behalf of this world. Before she even finished herself, the sage suddenly turned around and defenselessly showed her back to the two. She did not give any order to the white monsters behind her, but walked away toward where she had come from. You're already back? I did apologize, but aren't you putting too much trust in us? Don't you need a contract or something? I only came to stop the fight within the holy city. Since the fight has ended, I have no reason to leave the tower. These oracles are the same. As long as you do not disrupt the orders in this world, they will not attack you. It is your freedom to go wherever and do whatever you want. You're not curious about our origins either. I only care about my duty as a sage. Is that so? You wish to hurry back to that tower because of your job, or rather, your identity? Hearing the word tower, the sage hesitated for a moment. Those in the underworld require moonlight, so I cannot cease my consolation. Those in the underworld, I see. Since you hold such a heavy duty, we shouldn't hold you back. Her explanation matches the legend the residents told us, but is that really a coincidence? Sea of Quanta is, as its name suggests, wide like the sea, and regardless of what universe it creates, it will definitely have its unique rules and logic. As a Sigma life form that could see through most nature, she believed that her judgment would not be shaken by others' opinions. She had locked onto the target and only needed to consider how to clean up this time. But perhaps she did not notice that her cooperative companion had another way of locking onto their target. Please hold on, so-called sage. Just as the sage shifted her attention, the mechanical girl already moved in front of her and blocked her way. Michelle, you should know better than me what risk would surface from leaving her to her own devices. It seemed like the two only reached one consensus in their interaction earlier. This sage from the tower was the abnormal stigma they were looking for. Like Chen, she did not know of the strong power she held within her. This was a time bomb in that it was too dangerous for the residents in this bubble universe. We cannot repeat the tragedy in that Ark City. Are you blaming yourself, Prometheus? The mechanical girl did not reply, but her actions spoke for her. The consolation must not be interfered. Please move out of the way. Miss Zhao, I've confirmed that there are no residents nearby. Perhaps their deep faith prevents them from approaching the sage. This is the best opportunity to take her back to the Sigma space. Miss Zhao? I never thought such a misunderstanding would occur between us. Is this also a side effect of getting close to humans? Just before the mechanical girl could react, a particular figure attacked her. Look out! So, ambushing us also means that we've disturbed the order in this world, right? This is within our expectations. Why does everyone misunderstand me when I'm trying to have a civilized conversation? This is the end. Miss Zhao was sure that she gauged her powers well. She defeated the sage's monsters, but did not annihilate them. To her, it demonstrated her sincere wish to negotiate. And it worked. Realizing that she could not get past the two of them by force, the sage gave up resisting and stood still in silence. Looks like I'll have to apologize again. But this time, it's more of Prometheus' fault, isn't it? Hurry up and apologize. The mechanical girl often went into a system down mode when facing a situation she couldn't understand. But now she had learned to take a different perspective and process those incomprehensible thoughts and emotions gradually. Her partner allowed the sage to leave, and she hurried to stop her, because to her knowledge, her partner had always been a whimsical person. It was not beneath her to put all the residents of this bubble universe in danger. But whimsical also meant that there was a reason behind her every act. Prometheus only remembered that when Miss Zhao Shariak blocked the white monster's attacks. What's wrong? Did your system crash again? Sorry, this child is a little impulsive. Maybe she's too nervous upon meeting you. I'm sorry. In reality, Prometheus wasn't apologizing to the sage, but Miss Zhao did not harp on it and went back to the main issues. Look, she has apologized. Can you give us a chance to have a nice chat again? Honestly, I don't know what there is to talk about with you. Don't say that. Although we do look like villains given that we forcefully detained her. But from another perspective, we can still on what's at stake. In terms of protecting the residents of this bubble universe. You believe that you possess the power to traverse life and death. This might not be false. But I'm not sure if you truly understand the nature of that power, or rather its origin. I can explain it for you and help you find the right way to use your power. How about it? Are you interested now? I see. So this was your goal all along, Miss Dao. This is probably empathy or sympathy. Do you blame yourself for what happened to those abnormal stigmata? Regardless of the mechanical girl's conclusion, the confrontation went on. How about it? You won't lose anything from listening to me, right? Like I said, I have no need to talk to you. And yet, you're not taking any action. Weren't you in a hurry to go back to your tower? Or do you also agree that it's better to understand my thoughts instead of fighting head-on? As she carefully broached the subject, she observed the sage expression underneath her cloak. As an unhuman, abnormal stigma, her train of thought was rather inflexible. Miss Dao just had to find the right thing to say. She was confident that she could do it. Even though the sage remained silent, she could tell she could convince her any time now. Soon, she decided on the safest diction. If you have no other opinions, I'll begin, alright? But she did not expect the sage's reaction at all. Alright, it's about time. Unfortunately, it seems like you still don't understand what I mean. I wasn't willing to say more because, to me, there are more efficient ways of communication between us. The two of you are not residents of this universe, so you question my identity and responsibilities as a sage. You're sharp in this regard. That's fine. I have my ways to prove to you the reality this universe has to face, with the time of my leaving. Visitors who question our order, since you intend to disrupt it, then you shall bear the consequences. When this universe falls into darkness, make way for me again. Just as the conversation ended, the sky dimmed. The top of the bridge tower lost its glow, and the floating flakes of salt disappeared into the night sky, as if countless souls had simultaneously lost their way. The residents of the holy city quickly opened their windows to watch this phenomenon and lowered their head in frantic prayer. As if someone had seized the entire city, everything stopped in that moment. Once the constellation stopped, the tower would lose its light and no longer guide those in the underworld. The legend was right before their eyes. This isn't a trick, but the way this world operates. But an abnormal Sigma shouldn't possess this sort of power. Looks like you recognized your mistake. I thought this would be the fastest way to have you abandon those one-sided thoughts. This is the fastest way to continue the consolation again. Well then, I should return to the tower now. Stopping it for a moment shouldn't cause any consequences. Some of the oracles have lost control, but they should be no threat to you. I trust that you won't stop me again before you fully comprehend everything. In a way, she's more dangerous than the other abnormal stigmata. But she has a clear rationale. There shouldn't be any severe consequences for now. As if she is really sustaining this world's operation, we shouldn't interfere arbitrarily. We need to find a way to break their connection. I agree. But Miss Dell, there's a huge contradiction in this. You've affirmed that she is an abnormal stigma born from Project Stigma. Yes, I still believe so. She's an abnormal stigma that had been born no more than half a year ago. But the existence of this bubble universe and their faith in the sage have been around for far longer than half a year. Yes, from this perspective, she cannot be the real sage that has brought deliverance to this universe. The residents probably see this foreign entity as a deity because she fits into the legend and coincidentally appeared at the right time. Then the light from the tower and those white monsters she calls oracles. Yes, she is an abnormal stigma, but she might also be the sage. The world is full of possibilities. We need to investigate to find out the truth and weed out the contradictions. Let's follow her back to the tower. Be careful. Looks like there are more monsters here. Is it because their owner is distracted? Or because they had lost order for a moment? Oh, so that's what she meant by make way for me. Looks like the sage is back in the tower. When the two returned to the tower, the top of it was lit again. The top of the tower did light up once the sage returned. A newborn Sigma dominated an ancient legend and created true order. We've proven our hypothesis. What's next? Of course, we can only learn. Seeing is believing, isn't it? Since she can demonstrate her power to us, then she can also show us how it all happened. The universe may be a very complex situation, but once we find the truth, we'll be a step closer to our target. Let's get something straight. If we want to understand this entire situation, we might have to stay in this bubble universe for a relatively long time. That seems rather unfair to the rest of our plan. You're probably not only pursuing this out of curiosity, right? Miss Dale replied with a mysterious smile, and Prometheus thought, she's still as whimsical as ever. The door to the tower slowly opened before the two of them. After a few days, the tower remained lit, but things were changing outside the holy city. How is it, Prometheus? Do you have enough data? If you're referring to the data used to build a hiring system, there is enough. I just need another 43 hours to complete it. You've worked hard. I only suggested the idea after all. Don't celebrate just yet. This is just data to build the system. It doesn't mean that it can operate on its own. For the next generation of management in the holy city to operate it smoothly, we need to collect more data from the residents. And aside from the hiring system, we still need to construct a security management system, an urban planning. Alright, slow down. We don't have to complete all that immediately. It's the first proper work we had in a while, and I didn't think you'd find so much joy in it. More than finding joy, if we don't perfect this, the sage or residents would chase us out. At least I don't intend to do that. Hello, great sage. The sage frowned, as if she wasn't used to being referred to as great by this unpredictable and whimsical existence before her. She had tried to correct her, but it didn't work. The sage must feel assured, seeing Prometheus work so hard. To repay your hospitality, we'll definitely manage the holy city well. I've said it before, I don't care about your true motive, as long as what you do aids in the maintaining the order of this universe. As you've mentioned that day, there are loopholes in the management of the holy city. I cannot leave the tower for an extended period of time, but I must handle conflicts personally. Exactly. So not only do you need a hermit who can prophesize, but also assistants like us. As expected of an idea, you managed to find a bargaining chip for negotiation in such a short time. Don't be sarcastic. I'm doing this to help everyone.